Okay, so my friend Mike, super nice guy, right? He's the kind of person who'll drop everything to help anyone.
Aw, that sounds really sweet, though.
Yeah, it does. Except last month, I texted him to grab coffee, and he goes, "Can't, I'm helping my coworker move." Then the next week, "Sorry, my neighbor needs help fixing his computer." Week after that, "My sister needs me to babysit."
Okay, so he's just really helpful?
Right, but here's the thing. 2 weeks ago, I saw him at the grocery store, and he looked completely exhausted, like dark circles under his eyes, barely keeping it together.
Oh no.
So I'm like, "Hey man, you okay?" And he just breaks down and says, "Alex, I haven't had a weekend to myself in 3 months. I'm burned out, but I don't know how to say no without hurting people's feelings."
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I know. And the crazy part? Everyone around him was totally fine. They were living their lives. But Mike, he was sacrificing his own well-being because he couldn't set a single boundary.
So basically, being too nice was actually destroying him?
Exactly. And that's why we're talking about boundaries today. Because they're not about being mean, they're about surviving. Hey everyone, I'm Alex, and this is Olivia.
And today, we're diving into how to set boundaries in your professional and personal life without feeling guilty about it.
Because honestly, your peace of mind matters too.
Okay, so let's get real for a second. Why is saying no so incredibly hard?
Right? Like, why does it feel like I'm committing a crime every time I try to protect my time?
Okay, so there are actually 3 big reasons this happens. Reason number 1, the guilt trap. First up, guilt. We've been conditioned to believe that taking care of ourselves is selfish.
Wait, but isn't self-care supposed to be a good thing?
It is, but here's what happens. Someone asks you to work late and you're already exhausted, but you think, they need me. If I say no, I'm letting them down.
I've literally had that exact thought.
Right? But here's the truth. Saying yes when you're already drained doesn't help anyone. You end up doing mediocre work, you're resentful, and you're running on empty.
So the guilt is basically lying to us.
Pretty much, yeah. Reason number 2, fear of conflict. Second reason, we're terrified of upsetting people.
Okay, yeah, this is big for me. Like, what if they get mad? What if they think I'm difficult?
Exactly. But here's something wild. Did you know that according to research from the University of California, 85% of the conflicts we fear never actually happen?
Wait, seriously? 85%?
Yup. And we're basically stressing about scenarios that exist only in our heads. Most people respect boundaries way more than we think.
So I'm creating my own anxiety for nothing?
Basically, yeah. Reason number 3, the people pleaser pattern. And third, many of us have literally trained ourselves to always say yes.
Ooh, what do you mean trained ourselves?
Think about it. Since we were kids, we got praised for being helpful, agreeable, and accommodating, right?
Yeah, oh, Speaker One is such a team player. Speaker One never complains.
Exactly. So now, as adults, our identity is tied to being the person who's always available. Saying no feels like we're betraying who we are.
Wow. Actually, that's kind of deep.
Right? But here's the thing. You can still be a good person and have boundaries.
Okay, I need to hear that again. You can be a good person and have boundaries. All right, so what kinds of boundaries are we even talking about here?
Great question. There are actually 6 main types, and most people only think about like 1 or 2. Boundary number 1, time boundaries. First up, time boundaries. This is about protecting your schedule and personal time.
Okay, give me an example.
So let's say your boss messages you at 10 p.m. with something that's not urgent. A time boundary is not responding until work hours.
But what if they think I'm lazy or not dedicated?
Here's the thing. A study by the American Psychological Association found that employees who maintain work-life boundaries are actually 21% more productive during work hours.
Wait, so boundaries make us better employees?
Exactly. You're not being lazy, you're being sustainable. Boundary number 2, emotional boundaries. Next, emotional boundaries. This is about not taking responsibility for other people's feelings.
Okay, this sounds tricky.
So imagine a coworker constantly venting to you about their life problems, and it's starting to drain you emotionally.
Oh God, yeah, I have a coworker who does this.
Right. An emotional boundary is saying something like, "Hey, I can see you're going through a lot. I care about you, but I'm not in the right headspace to process heavy stuff right now."
Oh, so I'm not abandoning them, I'm just being honest about my capacity.
Exactly. You can care without carrying. Boundary number 3, physical boundaries. Third, physical boundaries. This is about your personal space and physical comfort.
Like people who stand too close?
Yes, but also bigger stuff. Like, if you're uncomfortable with hugs at work, it's okay to say, "I'm more of a handshake person."
I never thought I could actually say that.
You totally can. Your body, your rules. Boundary number 4, professional boundaries. This is about your job scope and responsibilities.
Ooh, this one's important.
So let's say you're a graphic designer, but your boss keeps asking you to fix the office printer, schedule meetings, and run personal errands.
Yeah, that's totally crossing a line.
Right. A professional boundary is saying, "I'm happy to focus on design work, but I'm not able to take on administrative tasks as they take me away from my core responsibilities."
That's so clear and professional.
That's the goal. Boundary number 5, financial boundaries. This is about money and what you're willing to spend or lend.
Oh man, this is a tough one.
So imagine a friend constantly asking to borrow money and never paying you back.
Ugh, yeah, or always expecting you to cover their share at dinner.
Exactly. A financial boundary is saying, "I'm not in a position to lend money right now," or "let's split the check."
Even if I technically have the money?
Especially if you have the money, because "I can afford it" doesn't mean "I should spend it on this."
Wow, okay, I needed that perspective.
Boundary number 6, digital boundaries. And last, digital boundaries. This is about your digital availability and digital space.
Like turning off notifications?
Yes, but also things like not accepting friend requests from coworkers, not answering work emails on vacation, or not posting everything on social media.
So basically, not being on 24/7.
Exactly. Did you know the average person checks their phone 96 times a day?
That's insane.
Right? Digital boundaries help you reclaim your attention and mental space.
Okay, so I know I need boundaries now, but how do I actually set them without sounding like a jerk?
Great question. I've got a 5-step framework that makes this so much easier. Step number 1, get clear on your limits. First, you need to figure out what your actual limits are.
How do I do that?
Ask yourself these questions. What makes me feel resentful? When do I feel most drained? What am I doing out of obligation rather than choice?
Oh, so I'm basically looking for patterns.
Exactly. If you feel angry every time someone asks you to work weekends, that's a clue you need a time boundary there. Step number 2, use the boundary formula. Okay, this is game-changing. Here's the formula. Acknowledge, boundary, alternative if possible.
Wait, break that down for me.
Sure. So let's say your friend asks you to help them move on your only day off. Acknowledge, "I appreciate you thinking of me." Boundary, but I'm not available this Saturday. I need that day to recharge. Alternative, I could help you pack for an hour on Friday evening if that works.
Oh, so I'm not just slamming the door, I'm being thoughtful about it.
Exactly. You're being respectful while still protecting yourself. Step number 3, practice the scripts. Third step, literally practice what you're going to say.
Like rehearse it?
Yes, because in the moment, when you're nervous, you'll probably fall back into people-pleasing mode.
Oh, that's smart. So what are some good scripts?
Here are my favorites. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available for that. I'm going to pass on this one. Let me think about it and get back to you.
Wait, these are so simple.
That's the point. You don't need to over-explain. Just state your boundary clearly and kindly. Step number 4, expect pushback. Fourth, and this is important, some people will push back, and that's okay.
But what do I do when they do?
Stay firm. Here's what pushback usually sounds like. Come on, just this once. But we need you. You're being selfish.
And how do I respond to that?
You just repeat your boundary. I understand, but I'm not available. Don't explain further. That just gives them more room to argue.
So, broken record technique?
Yep, exactly. Step number 5, deal with the guilt. And fifth, you're going to feel guilty at first. That's totally normal.
Really? So the guilt doesn't mean I'm doing something wrong?
Nope, because the guilt is just your old people-pleasing pattern freaking out because you're doing something different.
So what do I do with the guilt?
Acknowledge it, but don't let it control you. Say to yourself, I feel guilty, but I'm making the right choice for my well-being.
That's powerful. All right, time for the challenge.
This week, identify one boundary you need to set.
Just one. Pick the one that's draining you the most.
Then use our 5-step framework to set it.
And here's the thing. The first time is going to feel uncomfortable. That's normal.
But I promise the second time will be easier, and the third time even easier.
And share your experience with us in comment section.
We want to celebrate your victories with you.
Okay, let's do a quick recap. The 6 types of boundaries you need: time boundaries, emotional boundaries, physical boundaries, professional boundaries, financial boundaries, digital boundaries.
And the 5-step framework. Get clear on your limits. Use the boundary formula, acknowledge plus boundary plus alternative. Practice your scripts, expect pushback, deal with the guilt.
Remember, boundaries aren't walls. They're bridges to healthier relationships. You're not being selfish, you're being sustainable. And that's the truth.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.
Take care of yourselves out there, everyone. We'll see you next time.